Most people don't need more advice, just the courage to gently face what they've been avoiding.
Because growth sounds beautiful until it asks you to be honest with yourself and stay. Ta-da! That was a little high-pitched and tinny. Whew.
Oh yeah, I came back from vacation, so now I got some energy. So yay! Yay, we
Yay!
got to recharge my batteries. But that's not our discussion today. That'll be a different discussion for a different time. Let's talk about dream interpretations.
It's interesting that you brought this up because I've heard a couple different philosophies
Mm,
on dream interpretation. I've heard that it is a way that our subconscious solves problems
mm,
while we're sleeping. And I've
mm.
also heard that it's the universe telling us where we need to go or where we need to focus our energy to. So, for you, what do you think it is?
It
Or
honestly,
is
it's
it both?
I think it's relative to each person, to be honest, because I think it's a mixture of all of the above.
Yeah.
But it depends on how you experience your own dreams, right? Like for me, if I remember my dream very vividly, almost to a T, it's prophetic and it's going to manifest in a paralleled way in 3 days. Um, for
Okay.
for example, I had a dream that I gave birth to a half black, half Asian baby, and she was like,
Interesting.
and she came out the womb like she looked like she was 2 years old. Out the womb, stomping, strong, a little like just literally probably wearing the same outfit I'm wearing right now. That's kind of trippy, but like she was wearing like this vest. I'm not kidding. She was wearing this vest. Funny enough, with like the
With the
beaver
hood.
vest with the hood
Yeah.
and like shorts, but she was strong. Like she was a thick, strong baby. And I was like, that's really interesting. And she like it was weird too because I had like the images of one person that I knew and another person that I knew who had these really incredible traits. Like, for instance,
Right.
my dog is super loyal, super sweet and kind, and very just, what are you, puppy? You're giving me the ears right now. Very, like, mm, quiet, which is funny because my dog talks a lot,
Right.
but quietly loyal and smart. And these were the traits of the two people that were birthing my dog, my mom and my brother-in-law. It was the weirdest thing.
So you had a dream of birthing a baby and then you got midnight.
3 days later, yeah.
3 days later. That's actually pretty interesting. I had not considered it as being a, for lack of a better term, premonition, a precursor as to something that is to come. But it makes sense, especially in your case, because you've always wanted a dog,
Yeah,
especially one that looks exactly like Midnight.
yeah, yeah. But it was kind of funny, and I'm being honest here, folks. I'm giving you the objective what it was. Like, don't crucify me on political stuff here, but like this
Those are
was a
the
dream.
details of the dream.
Yeah, and then literally 3 days later, she found me in a park. What I find really interesting too is this isn't the first time things like this happen to me. Like 3 days prior to me receiving anything from the universe, I tend to get like a kind of like not a warning, but hey, like a heads up. Like I remember this.
Right, some kind of indication that it's coming.
Yeah, like I remember this one time before I dated somebody. A version of what they were like from my high school. Like I saw this guy from my high school in a dream, and I was like, "What are you doing here?" And 3 days later, I met a different version of those characteristics in a different person.
Oh, okay. So it could be used as a discernment tool,
Mm,
indicators, what to keep your eyes open for.
yeah. What about you, Katie? What happens with you when it comes to your dreams?
Most of my dreams, to be honest, I don't remember. I occasionally have one that I do remember, and most of the ones that I recall are ones that lean more towards either the universe is telling me how to solve a problem or my subconscious is telling me how to work through a problem.
Mm.
Um, the only dream that's coming to mind right now is one where I just dreamed that I had woken up, that I had went downstairs to the kitchen, made myself a cup of coffee, turned around, and my ex-husband was standing in my living room, and I asked him why he was there, and then I woke up.
See, that's also interesting. Do you want me to should we go into the interpretations
If
of
you
this?
want to interpret that, I mean, I'd have to go back and try and remember what date that dream was, because it is possible that that happened right before a day that I got bombarded with text messages, but I'd have to check dates, so I can't swear on that.
You know
But
what?
I do know that most of my dreams I don't remember unless it has something to do that has a high emotion attached to it.
See that? So I get like a, a plethora of different categories of dreams, but one of the other types of dreams that I get is sometimes when we're working through old mindsets, some of
Right?
the fastest ways to overcome the old mindset is through the dream or a dream, um, because there's like less resistance when you're sleeping.
True, it allows for more flexibility, so to speak, because we're not
Yeah.
so set in our ways in our dreams.
Yeah, and like so there for example, one dream that I had was that I I was on this horse theme park
Thing.
thing, right? There was a bunch of horses everywhere. My mom was had a complaint about her horse, so she went away and had to go talk to somebody about her horse. Somebody comes up to me who's working at the theme park and gives me this bulldog instead of a horse,
Okay.
and I was like, "What in what why?"
Yeah.
And the person was like, you signed the contract that states that you're going to be given the divine animal that you need at this moment until you learn the lesson. And I was like, okay, well then the lesson is I need to speak up. I want my horse. And I said it so quickly and so fast that in my conscious waking life, I started noticing that I was quickly saying what I
Speaking up.
speaking up, speaking my needs, speaking my desires in a way that like I fought for what I truly wanted, but with the same ferocity of like I want my horse.
And I like the idea of one, it's our subconscious trying to solve it ourselves, but I also like the idea of divine intervention. That the universe will sometimes throw something into our dreams to steer us in the right direction
Could
or
you
to
give me
guide us towards what it is that we're working towards or what we really want.
mm, could you give me an example?
Um, Best example, I wanted to drive. So you do not drive internationally, Katie. I wanted to travel internationally.
You can. You just got to wait for one part of the world to freeze over.
Yeah, or drive onto a cruise ship and sail across and then drive off the cruise ship.
Yeah.
But that
Anyways, sorry.
um no, I remember vividly several dreams when I was, I don't know, this would have been 5 years ago maybe. Um I started to have dreams of actually going internationally, where I would go to different countries and go on these trips and see all of the sites and the historical monuments and everything else like that. And At that point in time, nothing was within my budget. But I kept saying, the opportunity will arise where I don't have to pay to go. The opportunity will arise where I don't have to pay to go. And lo and behold, my mom got invited to speak at a retreat in Fiji. And I jokingly made the comment that she had to take me along because I was her assistant and she needed me to take care of everything so she looked like a genius when she spoke and she didn't have to worry about all the background stuff. I said it as a very sarcastic comment. My mom laughed. Lo and behold, my mom paid for me to go to Fiji.
Wow. Okay.
But that was like the seed was planted and it kind of tumbled around for a little bit. And then it was 2 years later that I went to Fiji from when I first recalled having the dreams about going overseas. So sometimes it's not immediate, but it does plant the thoughts of possibility, create curiosity in ways that we can find what to do to get what we want when we dream something.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Do you wanna roll into the interpretation part?
You want to decipher a dream? I'm assuming that's why you wanted to do this topic, was that you had a dream you wanted to decipher.
Partly. I was also chanting for about an hour today. I haven't done it by myself for a while, where I just sit and just stare at my mandala until I get a enlightened thought. But the thought that I thought about was dreams. Yeah, because I wasn't really thinking about my dream too much, but I was called to talk about it. So getting into my dream, I had this strange dream. Still love this because kind of like this, I was with somebody who reminded me of my uncle a little bit, but also reminded me of Asa Butterfield, like they morphed. You know, have you ever been in a dream where you're like, oh, you were this person a second ago. I don't know when you turned into that person.
Right. That instant shift.
Right. So at first it was Asa Butterfield. Love you, man. I do. I respect your work. And then it turned into my uncle. And my uncle is like an interesting person who likes to push my buttons to get me to grow.
Right.
In such a uncle way. And he was just talking about something really, really random. And all of a sudden, one of those big, they call them fig tree bugs, like the fig bugs, fig beetles.
Right.
They're humongous. I don't know if you've ever seen them, but they're like this big. They're blind.
And I don't think I've probably seen a photo of one, but didn't know what it was called.
Yeah, they're big. They're really thick, and then they're metallic-y. They're like metallic-y green.
It sounds similar to scarabs.
It's like a scarab, except it's like not
shaped differently.
Well, it's not meant for dung. It's meant for
meant for figs.
They're meant for figs. Like they look for the overly ripe fruit and then they open them with their arms. By the way, I've had one fly into my hair, which is terrifying because they're huge, and then they buzz like they like low hum, huge. Flew into my hair, picked it up, found out they don't bite you, and later, and they're so strong that it separated my fingers.
Oh,
really, really strong because they need to open up fruit. I always thought of them as, you're green, you mean money.
Okay.
I've also seen people take like a bat to them because they're so scary. They are very big and whatnot. So it flew onto me and I was like, whoa, that's really strange. And I asked, my uncle was talking about like them peeing, apparently. And it peed onto my eyes.
Normal conversation for uncles.
It's a dream, right? And it peed
Right.
directly onto my eyelids.
Interesting.
All right, interpret. It was terrifying. That's when I woke up.
There's
Thank you,
so
Katie.
many different components that can be dissected,
Okay, go
and
for it.
which is really funny because insects. But I want to caveat: I'm not a dream expert, but from what I understand, you had assigned a meaning to the fig beetle because you said it was greens, and green means money.
Oh yeah, this was like a
So,
monstrous one too.
So indicating, to me anyways, that the beetle showing up is an indication of abundance.
Big, fat, juicy, almost aggressive abundance.
Could be aggressive abundance coming your way.
Where I have to receive it.
That you have to receive. But I have a feeling that when you receive it, it's not going to be as pleasant as you expect because of the peeing in the eyeballs.
Do we want to? All right, so we're gonna segue a little bit of this into the dream because I have this recurring thing in my dreams where it's either I'm in a shower and I need to go pee in the shower. I don't know. I never wet my bed, by the way. This is great. I just happen to want to go to the bathroom when I'm in a shower, or there's a lot of just random bits of peeing, urinating in my dreams, and I don't understand why. Should we ask Shadowbane what's the significance of urinating? Oh my gosh,
do you really want to ask ChatGPT the interpretation of your dreams?
Not the full interpretation, just the understanding of why is there urination in my dream?
Oh my goodness.
Specifically from an insect.
You know what? I'm going to say no because I don't want to corrupt my Shadowbane with pulling memories of urination for any future projects that I'm working on.
Would you like to ask Google AI?
We'll ask Google AI because I don't use Google for anything else. Oh, okay.
Oh, boundaries, folks. I understand boundaries. We shall shift it to Google AI.
The first thing that comes up, peeing in a dream is highly actionable. It often is a literal signal from your brain that your bladder is full. Psychologically, it symbolizes emotional release, letting go of build-up stress, or feeling a sense of relief.
That's great. Now, can you ask it when it comes from a giant insect, like a fig beetle? We're giving you the tools on how to interpret your own dreams, folks. You can have us do it too, but why not? I prefer it to abundance be received in a pleasant way.
Yes, I agree.
Sprayed on the eyelids.
And usually when I'm asked to help interpret something, it's more intuitive with cards and everything else like that instead of me trying to pull random facts from my head.
Oh, I'm bringing cards in. No, go ahead.
Okay, when a fig beetle is the source of urination in your dream, it completely alters the meaning by combining primal physical release with a powerful symbol of spiritual transformation. Because the insect does belong to the scarab family, I knew it was connected somehow. It deeply attracted to sweet fermented fruit. The dream points to specific emotional and life shifts.
So that's why this came out. Folks, for anybody who's on YouTube and you want to see the cards that literally just came out, this is one of them.
Okay, which card came out?
Transformation. It's green as heck.
Yep, that's true. And it does kind of look like the wing casing of the beetle. And it's funny that came out while I was reading that.
The beetle was its glamour.
So transformation. So there's many different interpretations that are available for that then. Because there's the generic transformation, but what is it that's being transformed? You know, you had mentioned.
Let's find out.
Let's find out. Bring out more cards. Which
Sacred
one's that?
path. Sacred path.
Sacred journey.
Sacred journey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Which that makes a little bit more sense for you in general, especially considering the fact that we've been on this transformational healing journey for as long as we've been doing the podcast. And there's always new insights and shifts that have been coming up for us. New, I guess you could call them speed bumps or testing times.
Or the Odyssey.
Challenges. Or the Odyssey. Or it could be the Odyssey. Oh, I hope it's not the Odyssey. That's too long. Universe, we do not want testing times to last as long as the Odyssey. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we don't need it to mirror Tom Holland's journey with all the wonderful women of the Odyssey, like Anne Hathaway, Zendaya. Anyways, go ahead, please.
I have no idea where I'm going to go with that.
Well, here, for you. Go for it. These are two
for
cards.
Me, self-worth and free spirit. Self-worth and free spirit. Okay. There's a combination of those two cards that's very interesting, at least what I'm hearing right this moment. Because there's a lot of times where we want our spirit to be free, but we're held back because there's something of us that we don't find of worth. So
it's not my eyes.
No, those are not your eyes. They actually look closer to mine, which is kind of scary. But so I know that the times when I felt free were times after I had discovered who I was and found myself worthy to experience that.
So what I find really interesting, now that we're diving deep into my own dream as well.
Right.
So usually around Asa Butterfield, I feel free. I don't know why. It's just something that I've noticed whenever I watch his movies. I feel more free.
Right.
I feel more safe to discuss more vulnerable discussions with other people. It's probably the energy that he gives off. And if you're watching this Asa Butterfield, thank you very much. It is more, especially because most of his movies and films are centered around the more vulnerable conversations that we could have as a society.
Yes.
If we have the bravery to do so. And then my uncle.
Self-worth?
Yeah, he likes to find the buttons where all my self-worth isn't.
Helping point out areas of growth.
Yeah, the areas where I need to grow in terms of what he likes to push in terms of buttons.
Well, right. So in this case, when you've got both components there, they are working in conjunction together.
Yeah, I mean, the fig beetle came to me when Asa Butterfield was around. It just came to me, flew to me, came to my shoulder. This is something that I forgot to discuss. But at first, it flew to me, came to my shoulder. I was like, oh, that's cool. Then he morphed into my uncle, and then it peed in my eyes.
Which, based on that, in conjunction with the two cards that you showed and what you had shared, it reiterates the fact that even though you have this sense of being free and experiencing the growth and expression of these harder conversations or these more challenging emotions sometimes, that there's still a part of you that feels is the reminder from your uncle. You still need to work on that. That's one interpretation.
I have a strong feeling that's almost incorrect. But hey, you're going off of intuition.
Yeah, that could be completely incorrect. And that's the one thing that, especially when it comes around in this particular conversation about dreams, is dreams are very personal. And for me, yeah, I don't remember most of my dreams, but the ones I do were very, very vivid. And 9 times out of 10, I don't share them.
So we're not sharing yours today?
Well, I shared the one that I had that was the most recent one that I can recall, which is the one where I finally find calm, peace, and security in the house, living 100% by myself. And then all of a sudden I turn around and my ex-husband's here.
It's a bit triggering.
And I wake up.
Yeah.
And actually, now that I'm thinking about that, that dream was earlier this year and occurred, I don't remember how long before, but it occurred sometime before he finally moved the last of his stuff out of the garage, and I haven't seen him since. So I'm not complaining for it.
So you ready for mine?
But there are some dreams that I do remember that they hit such a personal chord with me that it's not that I don't trust other people to interpret the meaning of it for me. It's that I'm feeling I need to take care of it myself.
And that's fair. Would you like me to interpret anything at this point in time? And before we do that, folks, this is brought to you by Purology.
Wait. Why is it being brought to us by Purology?
Because they gave it to me for free a while back. And this is the Purology Professional Color Care Strength Cure Dream Healer Serum.
Oh, okay. Now I see how it all ties in.
I didn't. Now it does. But thank you, because it was sitting here and I was putting in my hair as we were talking, and I went, "Oh my."
Well, thank you for that. We do appreciate that Purology for.
Yes, thank you, Purology, for inviting me to one of your pop-ups and giving me this incredible serum. By the way, folks, seriously, it's really great. We'll drop.
Well, yeah, the bottle's almost empty, so obviously.
Oh yeah, it's really great, and I just love how it ties in. So with that, folks, I'm going to add in an Amazon link at the bottom if you're interested in some Purology. Help support us. We appreciate you, and I promise you, it smells really good. It's even good for men. To be honest, it'll last you forever for men because this has lasted me over a year. But
oh wow, okay.
Yeah, with this hair.
Well, yeah, we have longer hair, so of course we go through hair products faster than men do.
Oh yeah, I put it in my nephew's hair. His hair looked phenomenal. he's got the Keanu Reeves look going on, so it's pretty good.
That could be its own rabbit hole. I was going to say, which decade of Keanu Reeves?
Current. Well, we'll say it the current.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, and back to our episode with Katie's interpretations. Would you like me to interpret a dream that you're comfortable sharing with everyone?
The funny thing is, none of them are coming to mind right now, other than the one that I've already shared.
Okay, then we'll talk about that one. So guess what?
Go on ahead. Let me hear your interpretation of that one.
So my interpretation was there's still some residue of like old stuff that you needed to heal from your ex-husband. And I mean,
Makes
like,
sense.
Yeah, and I mean, like, at first you're in your own home, you're finally in your own home, and you feel whole in your own home. And then he showed up, and you're like, what the heck? Why are you here? Which is amazing, actually. If from an encouraging and an empowering standpoint, that's awesome, because that means you own your own space finally, in a way where you feel like you can own your own home, own your own area, and then acknowledge what shouldn't be there anymore. That shows like it shows a very beautiful opening to your next chapter, yet there's some small things to work through that you need to kind of look at, or that already kind of showed up in your environment or would have showed up in your environment afterwards, so that you can finally cleanse out the last bits of your home, and internally parts of you that you completely own, that person can never own ever again.
I appreciate that insight, and that does provide a sense of clarity and confirmation on what, now that I'm like actually talking about it, um, help leading to being able to remove the last, I guess, connections, because he had permission to continue to use the garage for storage after the divorce because I wasn't using it. So I told him he could use it in exchange for mowing the yard because I don't like yard lawn care.
When we lived together, Katie, in our duplex across 10 acres of land, I love mowing the yard.
Go for it. You can do it, or I'm hiring somebody to do it because I don't want to.
Want to buy the tractor? I'll do it.
We'll figure something out.
Very Forrest Gump of me, but it really is soothing. So please continue.
True. If you have a yard big enough for a riding lawnmower, that could be more entertaining than trying to mow a postage stamp size yard with a push mower that is rusted and dull blades. Not fun.
Yeah, my dad bought me a John Deere for my birthday.
I'm sure that those are fun to drive.
Really fun.
I've seen some videos of people who are driving their lawnmowers and having a grand old time.
I mowed my neighbor's yard happily. So look in here, you can sing karaoke to yourself. Sorry, God.
Right, but again, that's a bigger yard. Not my yard's not that big.
I would do it with the tractor. Anyway, I'm sorry, we're getting off topic.
We are getting off traffic.
Good.
But it does help kind of fill in the gap. What you said does kind of help fill in the gaps on where I was kind of noodling through the things. So it can be very beneficial, I will say in this case, to share dreams with someone that you trust. To maybe help provide a sense of insight or a different perspective to help gain clarity. So then that way you can either A, solve the problem, or B, see what the universe is trying to guide you towards.
Yes, and as long as you are open to different means of that, because if you go to a psychiatrist, they'll give you a completely different interpretation. I'm a transformational coach who has an intuitive lens on things. So with that being said, the type of interpretation that I gave Katie is what type of interpretations I would give to any of my clients during their coaching sessions.
Right. And there's a difference between a clinical dissection of a dream based on medical science and the interpretation of a dream based on intuition, based on a spiritual leader, based on someone who is a healing practitioner, because different clues, different contexts for it.
Yeah, and fun thing is I don't always need cards. Although I do love going to ChatGPT sometimes and going, okay, they have these symbols, and sometimes the better definition is in some type of database more than the person trying to verbalize it. Sometimes it's already created and shared with the masses, and all we have to do is look up the definitions.
Like, for example, numbers. Numberology is been defined as a science, even though it's rooted a lot in spirituality. And so the significance of numbers, those definitions are pretty clear cut when it comes to, if you see numbers in your dreams or a repetition of three of the same, 3 items in this dream, 3 items in that dream, you see the, repetition of numbers. Normally those are clear indicators of something.
Yeah.
If you're gonna that's a rabbit hole that we could dive down on a different day.
Right. Honestly, so if you in your dreams you see numbers 111, 222, 333, 444, and so on, or 1111, anything from 111 to 1111/999, all of that, or 3 zeros, reach out to us. We can give you a bit of an understanding. There are more. You can even Google it. There's a lot of definitions for different numbers. For somebody out there, if you're seeing 555, it just means it's an angel number, but it means colossal change. Like you've shifted out of something big. So that means you're going to be going through challenges you haven't gone through before, and they can be trying, but it's also your gateway into your next chapter.
Right. It's the gateway into your higher self. And it's a lot of the things that we find are trying or challenging that comes up in our lives usually is because it's in preparation of the next chapter, the next upgrade, so to speak.
I nod.
Yes, you nod, because being uncomfortable means growth.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how like feeling uncomfortable can show up in different ways in dreams?
Yes. And there's so many different snippets of dreams that just popped up when you said that. Like I don't remember all of the dreams or every detail of these dreams, but I remember one where it felt like my skin was getting pelted with sand. That stinging sensation, like if you were in a sandstorm.
Ooh, that's so fun.
Yeah, not fun. But I'm sure it means something, but context is key. I would need to retrieve the rest of the details of that dream as to why I would have that kind of physical sensation.
Do you remember if it was hot or cold?
No, the only thing that I'm remembering right now is the fact of waking up feeling like my skin was just pelted with a whole bunch of sand in a sandstorm.
Would you like me to share? Folks, by the way, I'm going to plug this in. If you are interested, we are going to share an interpretation of your dreams. Feel free to DM us regarding whatever dreams you're still noodling on, and if we can help interpret it in the best way, we can. We're opening up a segment next month in one of our episodes discussing dream interpretation. So DM us this video if you're on Instagram, especially if you're on any of the other platforms. Just grab the link of this video and direct message us this snippet and share with us your dreams. And if you're selected, we'll let you know and we'll put it on the podcast. So thank you very much. And I'm going to now interpret Katie's sandstorm dream.
Sandblasting?
Oh, sandblasting. Oh.
Well,
oh.
I'm assuming that that's what it was that I was dreaming about when I just remember waking up and my skin feeling like being pelted with sand.
It sounds more like a past life thing in Egypt.
It could be, because I know that I have past lives and past generations in Egypt.
Yeah,
and I didn't even recognize any of that until I went to Egypt. Then everything started waking up.
Yeah. Yeah. Was this dream before or after the Egypt trip?
I think it was before.
Then that makes even more sense.
It's 2026. I went to Egypt in 2023. I'm gonna say it was before, because it was not recent. I know that much.
Yeah, it sounds more of like a hint, hint. Even though sometimes our dreams, when they give us our hints, we don't really always know what they mean until retrospect.
True, that's true. So is indicating that journaling is needed.
Yes. Mind you, for anybody who listens to any type of interpretation, any type of reading or insight from a third party outside of who you are, I always recommend reflecting on it. You don't always have to take it as, testament, like
Gospel. Yeah.
gospel, testament. I don't use those words anymore. Don't take it as like prophecy.
Don't take it as 100% fact.
Absolutely.
Because it's context is key and interpretation, and you as the person who had the dream has so much more information that will come to you as you continue to journal about it and write about it and think about it than what we actually verbalize when we share our dreams.
Absolutely. On top of that, like I could be saying something to Katie now, and it could feel right today, but it might not feel right tomorrow because you've grown in some aspect. There's also that factoid.
Yes.
Additionally, if you really think about it, like when people give you information, I always feel like it's never true unless 3 people who don't know each other have shared it with me.
That's an interesting indicator.
That's like that is something to pay attention to. If 3 people who don't know each other have given me the same almost verbatim piece of advice, then I know for sure it's something to look at. And I'll reflect on that. And if it feels correct internally, if every part of my body says yes to what that piece of information is, then it's something I consider. And I honestly think in a time of so much disinformation, we only know what's truly true deep down inside. And if we're confused, then it just means we need some time or more insight on the matter.
Right. And no information does not help us at all. But getting additional information from trusted sources or from trusted people can provide insight to help us gain the clarity.
You think that sometimes I think no information is helpful, but because we eventually, what's the word? Excavate the wisdom within.
Right. And that is true. So I misspoke because there are times, which I can acknowledge this too, that there are times where I don't know if it's a dream or an insight or a daydream maybe, where something I've seen, heard, and have not shared with anyone managed to get enough information to be able to gain the clarity on what the message was for that daydream, for that actual dream, or from whatever it was that I heard. So I agree. That is accurate.
Thank you. And on that agreed note, folks, are we on time, Katie?
Yeah, I think we went a smidge over, but that's okay. This was important.
Yeah. So like we said, everybody, send us your dreams. We'd be happy to pick maybe 1 to 5, depending on how much time we have on the next episode, to interpret.
Yep. You can do that. So thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Dream well.
If this conversation stirred something in you, don't just sit with it. Work with it. You can go deeper with us through our sessions, workshops, and community experiences designed to support your growth in real time.
All the details are in the show notes, and if this episode resonated, share it with someone who's ready to meet themselves a little more honestly. Until next time, challenge what you believe.
Choose who you become.